Welcome to Celeb Scene Central. Billy Butcher, Carl Urban, summed up the thesis of The Boys in Season 3, with great power comes the absolute certainty that you'll turn into a right C***T. Not only was this a perfect subversion of Spider-Man's with great power comes great responsibility mantra, but it's also right on the money. Nearly everyone who's gotten superpowers on The Boys has turned out to be an outright monster, a narcissist, or have a trauma-filled life, and Butcher is no different. Season 4 explores the fallout of his decision to take a temporary version of Compound V, which left him with a fatal brain tumor. The tumor also had an unexpected side effect. Butcher began to see visions of his late wife Becca, Chantel Van Santen, and his former CIA colleague Joe Kessler, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Becca is trying to convince Billy to keep his promise to her to protect Ryan, Cameron Crovetti, from an increasingly unhinged Homelander, Anthony Starr. At the same time, Kessler wants him to wipe out every living soup on Earth. Kessler wins out, and so does the cancer in Butcher's body, leading to a horrific superpower. The Boys gives Butcher a horrifically appropriate superpower in Season 4. The Season 4 finale of The Boys finds Victoria Newman, Claudia Dummett, turning to The Boys for help after Homelander outs her as superpowered on the live news. Huey, Jack Quaid, convinces the others to strike a deal with Newman until Butcher arrives. Before anyone can stop him, a mass of tentacles shoots out of Butcher's chest and rips Newman in half. This fits into a recurring theme with The Boys, where one's superpowers reveal a truth about their nature. Homelander is superhumanly strong and near invulnerable, but a cruel narcissist. He was raised to be a product, not a person. The cancer in Butcher's system, reflected by his visions of Kessler, is a symptom of how his obsession with taking out soups is a kind of sickness. It also puts him at odds with the rest of the Boys, setting up a major conflict from the comics. Butcher is headed for a final confrontation in The Boys, but not just with Homelander. Season 4 of The Boys carries over a plot thread from its sister show Gen V, concerning a virus that can kill soups by latching onto the Compound V in their bloodstream. Frenchie, Tomer Capone, creates a new version of the virus, but the catch is that it has to go viral to work. Butcher takes the virus and drives off into the night, intending to use it to cause a superhuman genocide, which is exactly what happened in the Boys comic series. In the final story arc of the comics, Butcher decides to trigger a superhuman genocide using a modified strain of Compound V and ends up killing the rest of the Boys. It eventually comes down to a final confrontation between him and Huey, with the younger man finally killing Butcher. Even though Season 4 ends with the Boys being rounded up by Vought and Homelander's army of superheroes, the stage is set for Huey and Butcher to have their final showdown, which would end the Boys on a bittersweet note. Showrunner Eric Kripke has even said Season 5, which wraps up the series, will be apocalyptic. The Boys, Diabolical inspired Butcher's new powers. This isn't the first time The Boys has weaponized cancer. In the animated anthology The Boys, Diabolical, the short, John and Sun-hee revealed that a janitor at Vought swiped Compound V to cure his wife's cancer, only for said cancer to come to life and start a murder spree. Before the Season 4 finale, Kripke spoke with Entertainment Weekly about how John and Sun-hee inspired Butcher's new superpowers. The fact that The Boys can draw from Diabolical and Gen V to create new and compelling twists while also following the storyline of the original comics is a rare feat in superhero media, but a welcome one. Most superhero universes tend to treat their spin-offs as tightly interconnected to the point where you have to watch everything to get in on the story. But The Boys has mostly managed to stand on its own while also setting up the final leg of Butcher's journey. In Season 3, when Butcher was trapped in a telepathic nightmare, his brother Lenny called him out for seeking any excuse he could to be a monster. Now it looks like he's fully embraced his inner monster, or rather, it's embraced him. The Boys is available to stream on Prime Video in the US.